Alright guys, let's jump into this match. Best of 3 between Fnatic and Clutch Gamers. So, looks like for now, after seeing Clutch Gamers and to a certain degree Fnatic playing today, Clutch Gamers, they overwhelmed Geek Fam in a pretty good manner. I have to say I was rather impressed with how Clutch Gamers played. Whereas for Fnatic, they played against the brand new team, Echo International. Now, it's kind of difficult to say how Fnatic really played in that match because Echo International is a brand new team. It was formed by Chuan, Ohio, Alacrity, and Yamate. And then they have this brand new member called, I think, TNT or something. I'm not completely sure, TMT. And it's sort of hard to gauge how well that team is playing just because of how new they are. So for Fnatic, they could be either. Obviously, they are the favorites in this match to take. Simply because they are a team that has performed at tournaments internationally, whereas Clutch Gamers, not so much. But I do have to say, Clutch Gamers, they played really well just now. They do have a chance at taking out Fnatic. I'm not going to take that out at all. They do definitely have a chance at taking out Fnatic. But this first game will definitely give us an idea as to how these teams are performing and whether or not there is potential for Clutch. And at this point in time, I want to say Clutch do have a chance. Now the bans with Death Prophet, DK, Underlord, Razor, Omni Knight, and Lone Druid. And this is no surprise to Fnatic. They always pick up that Terrorblade. This is Eternal Envy. It's one of his most favorite heroes. And also Terrorblade, he's just such a scary hero to play against as well. He farms very quickly. He can snowball if his team allows him to. And even if the game goes like that, it's one of those heroes where if you make one mistake against the Terrorblade lineup, you're in trouble. Unless you have something that can contest the Terrorblade, you are in trouble. Full stop. So for Clutch, I'm interested to see how they want to deal with the Terrorblade, if they go for their own hard carry to play against the Terrorblade, or do they play it much faster, much quicker before Eternal Envy is going to be able to come online with his Terrorblade. Because we all know he loves his Terrorblade. He knows how to play this thing to the T, without a doubt. But they also open up with the Tiny. Very solid opening. A lot of teams love to open with the Tiny. Just provides so much utility for the team. Can be a pretty decent tempo control hero as well, just because of the Avatos combo, the blinks. You can do a lot of things with the Tiny, and he has a very solid laning stage. That's one of the biggest things when you pick up the Tiny. Great base damage, really hard to out CS a Tiny. Clutch in the meantime, they pick up the Tusk and the Bat Rider. I do have to say, Afromoosh played an amazing Tusk, so I'm really looking forward to seeing this. They also pick up the Bat Rider. We haven't seen Clutch play this yet. They did play against it, so I really want to see how they're going to play up against, play as this bat. If they're going to play aggressively, if they have a particular style, if they rush a blink, we'll find out. Now, a Baton gets banned out by Clutch Gamers. They don't really want to worry about the Aphotic Shield, getting rid of the Lasso, also removing stuns. It's probably one of the biggest things we saw, I believe. Oh no, it was a Dazzle pick, but we don't really want to have a Baton keeping a Terrorblade alive, or even a Tiny alive. It's sort of scary to go up against that. And for Clutch Gamers, they're getting rid of a lot of heroes that provide some sort of sustain, some sort of survivability, because Oracle also does a similar job to Abaddon, which is keeping heroes alive. And that's mostly with the False Promise. You can also remove buffs with the Purge. So for Clutch Gamers, they're worried about Fnatic going for these heroes that are great at saving. Mind you, there is still one hero left in the pool, and it is Dazzle, if they want to go for it. But they're going to go for the Dark Willow instead. We did see Dark Willow banned out a few times today. We all know that Dark Willow is a very strong support. It can be super annoying as well, especially with the Brambles, the Fear. Heck, Dark Willow is one of the only supports in the game that turns into a huge threat into the late game just because of her magic damage output. She almost doesn't even feel like a support. With the amount of damage that she can output, it's incredible. She's an incredible hero. And I don't know if I mean that in a good way or a bad way, but she's an incredible hero. Clutch Gamers, in the meantime, they're going to have to think about this now because Fnatic, great lockdown. They've also got some great disengage, especially with the Fear. The Fear on Dark Willow is going to be crazy. And for Clutch, they're going to go back for the Witch Doctor. Very good hero. Maledict will ensure that they have some good early game presence. They will have the sustain from the Voodoo Restoration as well. Death Ward will be great as well. It means that BKBs won't be able to protect heroes just because Death Ward will still do the damage, as we saw earlier today. It was actually the Fnatic game. They picked the Witch Doctor for, I think it was Pi that was playing it, and the BKB OD. No chance. That's basically all I can say right now. No chance. So Fnatic gonna be waiting for their 4th pick. For people that don't know as well, Pilot is drafting for the team. We don't know if Eternal Envy is going 50-50 with the drafting or if it's all Pilot, but as of now, it looks like Pilot he is going to be drafting for the team. Yol will be drafting for Clutch as Disruptor gets snagged up by Fnatic. We have seen a lot of love for Disruptor today, and I don't want to disagree with it. I feel like Disruptor, he's just one of those supports that is absolutely crazy. You have you can glimpse heroes back, you have the Static Storm, Kinetic Field, and you have talents to improve the Kinetic Field as well, which can turn the fights around. He's just able to change the way that teams fight because he can control and lock down certain areas because of the field and the Static Storm. And not to mention, give heroes vision, which is great for chasing, especially when you throw down the first skill. I think it's Thunder Strike or something. I forgot. I don't know why I forget because I play Disruptor, but his Q will provide vision for the whole team, which is great for chasing, which is great for Maresca, which means that she's going to be able to get the Brambles down. But we'll see what Clutch Gamers wants to pick up here, because you've got 3 great heroes for team fighting with Disable, some sort of control on Fnatic, whereas for Clutch, they actually do have some pretty decent disables and catches and saves as well. I mean, Tusk, Batrider, Witch Doctor as a trio is very strong as well. The Lifestealer pickup, though, on the side of Clutch Gamers, I don't hate it, but I don't fully love it either. Terrorblade can deal with a Lifestealer no problem, which is the only con I have against it. But the pro is that he can eat a Disruptor alive. He can eat a Tiny alive. It's a bit harder to kill the Dark Willow just because she can phase out and he can't hit her. So Lifestealer may struggle against the Dark Willow, but he can disjoint a lot of her spells just by going into Rage. So this Lifestealer could be a bit slippery for Fnatic because nothing that they have is going to be able to pierce BKB outside of possibly the toss. If you can get the toss off onto the Lifestealer. I'm wondering what's this last pick for Fnatic. So Fnatic, they need an Abed hero. Unless they're going to do something balls out crazy and do Dark Willow Abed. It could happen. It could happen. Clutch, in the meantime, they're looking for a mid hero themselves. Unless they want to throw the bat into the mid lane, that's something that they are allowed to consider. Not saying that they can't, but I'm just saying they are allowed to consider it. OD getting banned out by Fnatic, so they are expecting a mid hero on the side of Clutch. They're saying, okay, this is an off lane bat, this is a safe lane Lifestealer. Looking at this lineup, I'm wondering, can they get away with a Storm Spirit pickup for Clutch? Because firstly, it's a mode of transport for the Lifestealer. The control Disruptor's okay when it comes to dealing with a Storm Spirit, but he's not the best if the Glimpse is on cooldown. Maresca's not that great for catching a Storm Spirit either. And Tiny needs a blink to get on top of the Storm. If they want to play it safer, they can go for the Puck, but when it comes to scaling, I'm very worried. Clutch would have to play this game very fast if he wants to play with a Puck or a Queen of Pain. We'll have to see though. 30 seconds left on the clock for Clutch to ban. It's going to be the Viper. So they're worried about Fnatic going for a tempo. Not really a tempo. He is kind of a tempo, but he's a very annoying hero. Viper Strike going through Magic Immunity. Magic Defense. Okay, we're going to see the Disco Pony, folks. Disco Pony for Clutch Gamers. Now, Fnatic's going to see this and they're going to think, okay guys, this is a pretty big problem. Leshrac, firstly, he is very squishy, he is very easy to kill, but he does a lot of damage if he can get a very early start. And the great thing about Leshrac is early on, he can clear the Terrorblade illusions because he has a lot of AoE damage. Later on, not as effective, but early on, he can destroy the illusion, so he could slow down the progress of Eternal Envy's Terrorblade if they're not careful, as Faceless Void is going to be Universe is here. So it's going to be an Abed Tiny. This is not too bad. Terrorblade is able to work with a Faceless Void with the Chrono, so is Disruptor, so is the Dark Willow. So the synergy between Fnatic's lineup, it is there. Clutch Gamers, in the meantime, I'm not saying they don't have synergy, but I feel like for Clutch, they're going to have to play it much quicker, much faster, and much more aggressively than Fnatic will. Because if anything, you want to be hitting that timing before the Chronosphere, before the Terrorblade's level 8, before the Tiny manages to max out his Avatos combo, before you can get the Static Storm onto Pylai. So there are a lot of things you're going to have to consider here, but I think if Clutch are able to come out of the laning phase very strong, they should be heading into that mid-game transition very well. But it's this laning phase, it's going to have to be a very important part of Clutch's lineup. We will find out in the meantime. I do want to favor Clutch's lineup just a little bit, but it's... The only thing that's holding me back for liking their lineup is the fact that they need to play so perfectly, so crisply, because if they don't, I don't think they're going to make it past 25 minutes. I really feel like they're just going to get overrun. I'm going to close this because this does not look very attractive. And we're going to be heading right into the game, ladies and gentlemen. It's game 1 between Clutch versus Fnatic of the... I believe it's more like the winners match. It's not really the winners bracket, it's just the winners match. And we'll find out what happens. I love how these fish are not hiding. It would be so funny if you could just see these fish flying at you while the Bat Rider is covered by smoke. It would be something very interesting. I really like the fish. Oh, they're so colorful. All right, introducing Clutch Gamers who are on the Dire side. We have Arjit playing his Lifestealer. We have Yol on the Witch Doctor, Faded on the Disco Pony Leshrac. We have Afromoosh on the Tusk, and finally we have Skylark on the Bat Rider. On the side of Fnatic, on the Radiant side for today, we have Abed. It looks like it's going to be a safe lane Tiny. Pilot Eye going to be on the Disruptor. Terrorblade going to be played by Eternal Envy. We have Universe on the Faceless Void, and finally we have DJ on the Dark Willow. Really, really interested to see how DJ plays the Dark Willow, because DJ, very, very talented position 4. You give him a hero with some sort of potential, and he just works magic. He's a magician. He's the magician of the team. Not to say that Arbed's not a magician too, but there's just something about DJ's way of play. It just makes... It doesn't even make the hero feel like a support. That's crazy. So you got 1 rune for Fnatic, 2 runes for Clutch. Waiting for 1 more rune. Where is the other rune? Oh, it didn't get taken. There's 1 rune here for Fnatic, but they didn't take it yet. Okay. Clutch Gamers, they won't know about this, unfortunately, so they won't be able to get that steal. Universe, though, wanting to steal the creep wave. Now, Arjit's here is going to try and go back into lane. There's 1 creep that's going to go through, so at least it will keep the creep wave here for that little bit. But Yol going to have to sit with the creep wave. He will leave it alone now, as Skylark does not go for the pull himself. He will be playing this normally. Now, Terrorblade versus Leshrac. Now, this is a pretty cool matchup. I almost never see this matchup at all. But Leshrac may struggle for the first couple of... first minute while Metamorphosis is up. He will not be able to get those denies. But once he gets those couple of levels, he will be able to clear this up, and the Metamorphosis won't be as scary. You'll need to be careful going up against a Dark Willow. Dark Willow's animation for harassment is really good. Okay, so Metamorphosis is going to be down for 100 seconds. This will be the opening for the Disco Pony as Pi just catching first blood. Skylark and Afromoosh going to be punishing that poor Disruptor. This is one of the weaknesses of running a support Disruptor. The hero, unfortunately, is very weak to gank at level 1, depending on what he decided to skill. And he decided to go for the Thunderstrike as his first skill. So, unfortunately, no kinetic field, no glimpse to save himself. And when you're caught under shards, you're not going anywhere. You're not going anywhere at all.
So, Faceless Void. This is certainly the first time we've met.
That's a very interesting voice line. Even silenced me. Faded. Missed that combo. He is level 3 now. He's got 2 points into Lightning, 1 point into the Split Earth. He's going to start chewing through some of this HP on Eternal Envy. He's picked up a magic wand, so he will be able to start stacking those charges, and he will be able to heal himself up at some point. But he will need a lot of regen to stay in this lane. He has got a healing salve, which will be able to give him the sustain that he needs, but he might need a little more on top of that if a gank comes in from the side lanes. because Clutch, they have some pretty decent heroes for roaming. In particular, the Tusk, the Snowball Shards combo is more than enough to kill a Terrorblade in most situations, because Terrorblade is... he doesn't really have that many stats to work with. He's got armor, but he does not have HP, which is one of the biggest things. If you're a hero such as Leshrac, you love heroes with low HP and high armor, because you melt through it with all your spells. Except for Diabolic Edict. You don't want to be doing that with Diabolic Edict. Looks like they finally jump onto the Terrorblade. They get the kill. And unfortunately for Pi, coming a little bit too late. DJ's come in from the river as well. They have nuked Afromoosh, but Afromoosh isn't scared at all. He says, hey, you can do whatever you want with me. I don't really care. Very, very tanky hero. This is the most annoying thing about Tusk. Just naturally tanky, able to absorb everything. DJ, unfortunately, only level 2, has not put any points into Shadow Realm or Cursed Crown yet. It looks like he is holding on to that skill point for the right situation. And did they try and kill Yol here? Yol is squishy, but he's not that easy to pick off. He is naked though, he's got no items. So he's got no armor, no boots, no movement speed. Just gonna pick up a magic stick for now.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Looks like the bottom lane, not too bad for Skylark. He's sitting at 14 CS. He is getting free farm to Arbed, but what can you really do at this point? He's going to try and go stack for himself, grab the runes.
God, I love money.
He's getting all the money through those runes. You may not be getting it through the lanes, but you need to be concerned if you're Fnatic, because of course they are getting farm, but so are Clutch. And this will not be able to kill off the Witch Doctor. DJ in the meantime doing some good damage. His Lifestealer Faceless Void matchup. It's looking okay. Arjit, he is out CSing Universe right now, but it could be a lot better. It looks like, oh, Skylark being caught out, got glimpsed up. Nice snowball. We'll be snowballing to a creep, and Skylark's going to be okay. Going to be glimpsed back again. Whoa. Was that too... what happened? Oh no, he got tossed back. That's what happened. That wasn't a glimpse. Sorry guys. It looked like a glimpse for some reason, but I must have mistaken it. Got tossed back and then glimpsed. I was like, that's a very short cooldown for glimpse. It's only 5 minutes in. So Afromoosh wanting to try and go for a gank onto the Dark Willow. She's got no points into Shadow Realm though, so this could be a potential kill, but instead looking to put a ward down. But he did get spotted by this Observer ward, so this is no secret to Fnatic at all, so Afromoosh may possibly lose his vision here. I gotta say, Universe is getting free farm in this top lane, and if you're Clutch, you will have to be concerned about this. You don't want to be giving a Faceless Void free farm up against your Lifestealer. A Void can... a decently farmed Void can eat a Lifestealer up just with the Chrono. Faded, just farming away. CS is looking rather equal aside from the Bat Rider, who has been relegated to the jungle. Looks like they're actually allocating more farm to Afromoosh than they are to the Bat Rider. Bat Rider's gonna go for a pull. Gonna make the CSing job a tiny bit harder for Arbed. Arbed will try and chase him down. Gonna throw his branch at him. He's like, what are you doing? Give me back my creeps.
I'll take that.
Universe is still free farming. I really feel like they need to do something to Universe here. He's almost level 6, and a Chrono at level 7 at 8 minutes, 7 to 8 minutes is a very scary thing. EE and Pi sitting in the river. I'm not sure what was happening here. They were sort of having a meeting, and maybe someone forgot to tell them they're in the middle of a game. But looks like Pi is gonna go down in a minute. Eternal Envy. He doesn't even have Sunder. I don't know what was happening. They were sort of standing there together. Were they trying to bottle share? What were they doing? I have no idea. They just sort of stood there and gave kills away to Clutch. It was a very interesting situation. Not really something I was expecting, but I think for Clutch, I think they're just glad that they were able to capitalize on that small misplay. It may have been lag. I don't really know what to call that situation. It may have been lag. It may have been a misplay. It could have been a next level bait. We all know that Fnatic, they've got a lot of people on their team that love to do these next level plays. So it could have been a next level play that just backfired and didn't. Oh, I have no idea what's going on here as well. This is I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. We've got all sorts of things going on today. We have rogue careers and next level backfires. Oh, we'll just continue. Continue as if nothing happened. I'm hearing a cask. Looks like it was just onto DJ. Pops with clarity, but it's not really going to achieve too much, unfortunately. But we will have a rotation from Faded here. It's going to run right into Arbit. He does see him. He can throw the lightning. Gets fogged, unfortunately, as he goes high ground. Piladai is still here, so there is some sort of protection for his teammate. They end up securing the rune instead. So no rune for Fnatic in that bottom lane. Top lane. Oh, y'all being harassed by DJ again. This is going to be super annoying, unfortunately, as he's got no points into the Voodoo Restoration. So he can be harassed and he won't be gaining too much of that HP back. Could be a gank here onto Ajit soon, though. There's a Chrono available. Eternal Envy is there. They can throw the cask if they want to. It's going to be thrown onto EE instead. He gets the Rage off, and Universe takes a lot of damage, manages to backtrack. A lot of it. Faded is here. He's got no mana left. The TP was successful by Universe, and everyone on Fnatic will back out successfully. But unfortunately, that's going to be the first Chrono of the game whiffed on the side of Fnatic. This Lifestealer, bit too tanky. 1.4k HP on the Lifestealer. If they possibly got the Chrono off onto the Witch Doctor instead, it would have been a much easier kill. But instead, wanting to try and commit. Looks like, oh, should be able to get out of this. The range, oh, couldn't quite get him. I was looking for the vision, but DJ unable to catch out this Witch Doctor. Last hits in favor currently of Clutch. Arbit, he is leading in terms of the CS. Looks like he's dying though. Dies to Skylark. Good thing I was looking at his portrait, otherwise would have missed that kill, but that's not really where you want to be though. Arbit being killed solo by a Batrider, who's now halfway to his Blink Dagger as well. I gotta say, Fnatic, they're all over the place for the beginning of this game. They need to recover if they're going to have any chance of coming back into this mid game, because we know this strong point of Clutch is their mid game and their early game. So again, they're going to jump onto another hero. It's going to be Pilightized Disruptor. The glimpse is there, but they managed to get the kill anyway. Afromush has found Eternal Envy, who's just going to smack him in the face a little bit. He's got teammates coming in. Leshrac is there. The illusions are gone. Curse Crown thrown up by DJ. He will get the Sunder off. And they're going to keep on going though. Faded going to try and punish Faceless Void here. And I think Universe, is he dead here? The stun will land and he's going to go down too. No disables to catch out DJ, but it's 7-1 and Clutch, they are not winning this match off of a clutch situation. They are winning this game convincingly. Fnatic going to have to start picking up these pieces soon, because if they fall too far behind against this lineup, they will be forced into 3 games if they want to come back in this winner bracket best of 3. Winner match best of 3. Because the brackets, I don't know what's happened with the brackets. 10 minutes in, we have our 5.2k gold lead, or at least 5.2k gold on the Leshrac. Faded looking rich as ever, going to be going for his Yule Scepter first, followed by the Batrider, who is almost finished his Blink Dagger. And this is a very early blink at roughly 11 minutes. Looks like the Tusk got picked off in the middle lane by EE. It was with the help of the Tiny and the Disruptor. Also got Demonic Form as well. So this should be a very quick and easy tower takedown. Is it going to be a counter tower takedown? No, they want to go for a defense instead. Lifestealer coming into the tree lines. Pilightized on the high ground. They see Ajit. Ajit hiding in the tree line. Is the blink available on Skylark though? He's trying to look for someone. He could possibly catch out DJ right here, but they don't have the vision. Everyone backed down the side of Fnatic, and they did about almost the whole tower's worth of damage in the span of a few seconds. So for Clutch, they got pulled back, almost lost their tower, didn't even manage to get a trade in any department.
Dire's middle tower has been denied.
Gets denied. Let's take a look at the item progression here. So for now, good progress on Clutch Gamers so far. I finished the blink on the Batrider. There's Leshrac almost finishing up his Yules. This tower will pretty much give him this Yules. Aside from that though, and on the Tusk, Lifesteal. Is it going to be Radiance again? He's going to try and go for a Radiance. Ajit. If he can get it though, it'll be a pretty big deal. Is there a Sunder available? There is a Sunder available on Eternal Envy. They're going to keep on fighting, but there's no way to cancel. It doesn't matter. The Infest will burst him to pieces. In the meantime, it looks like the Leshrac got taken down by Arbit. It was a very quick takedown as well, so I'm guessing it's an Avatos combo that managed to take him out, but EE thinking it could TP out, but this Lifestealer, Arjit with his very quick Infest, ruining his plans. Top lane though will get taken down by Universe and Pylai die as all of that was happening. Gold, less than 1k advantage for Clutch, so for Clutch they're not looking too bad. Their heroes are more or less equally distributed when it comes to gold. The issue here now is that Fnatic's gold is mostly on Abed. Now, this is not to say that EE is really far behind and that he will be a problem. He will be able to catch up, but he's going to need a lot of space from Abed with the help of Universe. And a lot of that is going to have to come down to ganks. But knowing Eternal Envy, he will participate in these kills as well whenever he has Metamorphosis, which is going to come off cooldown in 15 seconds. Chrono is up as well, so I would not be surprised to see Fnatic try and go for another aggressive play in just a moment to try and buy some time and to help the Terrorblade catch up, because even though Clutch, their gold is more evenly distributed, their heroes do not want to be spending all that time farming. They do want to fight. They need to fight. And especially with how Arjit is building his hero, he's playing it in a way where I'm so far ahead, I will get the Radiance. This Radiance burn and mischance is going to hit your heroes really hard early on, and this will make up for the fact that I'm not farming. He will not be playing a passive lifestealer. He will be playing an aggressive lifestealer with this Radiance build, but they gotta make sure that they work on this timing window, because one mistake and Fnatic will come back. They will come back. It's an Invis rune. It's a Shadow Blade on Abed. Looks like we're going to have a wrap coming in from Clutch Gamers. There's an Invis rune as well. It's not a smoke. It's a smoke on the Leshrac though, so who do they go for? It's Universe or Pylai die. They want to try and come in from the backlines instead. They managed to catch out Pi. Universe will spot out Faded. No, he couldn't quite spot him. They didn't know where he was. He wants to run away instead. Straight TP, no way to cancel. Pi is dead. They even scanned the jungle shop to see if anyone was there with a TP on cooldown. No one was there though. They get a nice little pick off onto Pi. What do they do at this? What do they do at this small moment where Pi is down? Do they push? Do they farm? It looks like they're more or less using this time to buy this Radiance. This Leshrac though, gonna go for Bloodstone as his next item pickup. Only 1k HP. Faded can definitely still be bursted down by Fnatic if he's not careful. But with this Yule Scepter, it will help him out when it comes to disengaging. So here we go. Faded runs into Pi. Combo is there and can use himself, but the Static Storm should be able to finish him off. Abed will complete the cycle. And now Afromush wants to run away. Glimpse from Pylai die. DJ is here as well. They've got the damage. The Brambles are still down. They're still running away. Curse Crown onto the Tusk. He's going to be stunned. The nukes from DJ will be able to finish him off. There's 4 heroes remaining for Fnatic, and everyone on Clutch will be backing off. So this will slow down this timing window for Clutch Gamers, and it's also buying some extra time for Eternal Envy to farm. And he is slowly starting to make his way back. Onto the poor witch doctor, yo. Gonna be very sad. Killed off by Pi and Universe. That's gonna be a nice easy pick off as well. That means Chrono is gonna be down for a little bit. Looks like Skylark gonna be spotted out by the Tiny. Terrorblade is there, goes onto the high ground, is still being spotted out by the Mirror Reflection. Sorry, not Mirror Reflection. His own illusion. Eternal Envy gonna go send his illusions to push out that wave. It's Reflection, that's what it's called, Reflection. There's too many skills in Dota 2 for me to remember. Afromush could be ganked up here. Abed sitting under the cover of his Shadow Blade on the high ground. Glimpses there, gonna send Faded back, and Afromush is now by himself. Pi, very, very low. One more hit. He's pretty quick as well. Does get bopped on the head and he will be sent back to the fountain. And now the Radiance is complete. The cycle begins as we have burning golems in this game. Now, mind you, this is not going to be as effective as it would in a lot of other games. Terrorblade, very, very good at clearing out creeps, especially in his, metamorphosis. He's trying to run away though. The snowball's pretty fast. It won't fully catch up to him, but nice shots. No, they have 58 seconds left on that Chrono. They're still chasing EE. They finally catch him. And now Eternal Envy will get sent back to heaven. And the rest of his team, they're all here, but they really want to stick around for this. They even got Abed coming in from the sidelines. Is there any sort of detection at all? They've got dust. They have no sentries. They've only got dust. Looks like they're all sticking around, but this ward spotting everything out for Clutch Gamers. They all backed out, safe and sound, no losses, and they're going to continue on with the farm.
Got it.
The thing is, Fnatic, they're still leading in terms of net worth. Clutch, they are getting their items, they're getting all these kills, but they got to start pushing for more objectives. They need to start ending this game sooner than you would hope. They still got Tower 1 in the top lane. All the tier 2s are still remaining. All the towers are looking very healthy as well. They're not really damaged. Looks like Arjit going to start building for some armor. Going for a Solar Crest as his next item pickup. So Arbed looking for kills though. He's looking for blood. Let's see if I can find anyone there. Ideally you want to be looking for Yol here. You don't want to be going for the Tusk at all. Tusk is reasonably tanky here, 1.3k HP compared to the 700 of this Witch Doctor. If anything, you could even say that Yol is playing the position 6 this game. He has no farm at all. Less farm than Pilot Eye by 500 gold. He is playing a very poor role. Starting to see some of these talents roll through as well. 5 armor picked up by the Leshrac. They're more concerned about the physical damage in this game. And it makes sense. This Terrorblade is going to be hitting like a truck. So will the Faceless Void, although Universe has struggled a little bit, but he still hits hard if he can get those time locks in. He's picked up a Shadowblade of his own. So they're going to be relying mostly on this Invis initiation rather than anything else. They can try and go for a solo kill onto Yol here, but Yol will spot him out with this sentry ward. And there we go, lasso onto Universe, and he's not going to be too happy about this. Going to be chased down. Arjit's here as well, 2 seconds, forces the Chronosphere out, and that's going to be down for 2 minutes. Now that that is down for 2 minutes, Clutch going to feel rather confident to move around the map to continue on farming. But if Clutch are farming, Fnatic are farming too. And you can see this gold lead is starting to get further and further. This is win, that's not gold. That was the wrong one, but we're seeing heroes die.
A gift from the Tempest.
Yeah, Arbet's here. Gotta say though, this is okay for Fnatic. They are not winning in terms of kills, but they are winning in terms of farm. And a lot of that farm is going to Arbed and the Terrorblade. Looks like the snowball catching out onto Arbed here. Looks like he got spotted, but Universe comes in with no Chronosphere this time. Not going to save his teammate, and that's going to be Arbed off the table for a good 40 seconds. And with the Tiny off, does Clutch make a move with this? They're looking for Roche. Got the medallion completed on the Lifestealer, so he's going to finish up the Aegis, and then he can also finish up the Talisman of Evasion for his Solar Crest, and then he'll be able to at least buy out and not have to worry about a buyback. Fnatic in the meantime, going to make the most of this opportunity. I don't even know if they know this is happening. They've got one ward in the middle lane here, so maybe they do have an idea as to what's happening. So they're going to keep farming. Eternal Envy still trying to catch up the best that he can. He's got a Sanjin Yasha Aquila build. So he is slowly starting to farm up. He's also got a BKB on the way as well, so he could get this on time. It will prevent the mischance from being applied by the Radiance, but it still means that the Solar Crest will be effective on Arjit, just because the evasion, it's going to help. It's going to prevent this Terrorblade from being able to hit the Lifestealer. Because the old Monkey King bar would be amazing, but without it, I have no idea what's up with. Okay, I think it was just broken. I think his Stingray was broken. It was just sort of hobbling around. It's kind of weird. Here's the items for all the teams. We'll also be looking at the talents in just a moment to see where everyone is at. Got 2 Shadow Blades, a Plague Dagger, Sanjin Yasha. Initiation-wise, it's not too bad on the side of Fnatic, but my concern is that these heroes focusing so much on initiation that eventually they're not going to have enough to back it up.
What have we?
That's my main concern. But they can keep on farming. As long as they can maintain this lead in terms of farm, they should be in a pretty okay spot. This lifestealer, they're getting bigger and bigger. He's only going to farm quicker and quicker just because of this Radiance. This Radiance is speeding up Arjit's farm. He's able to just hit creeps, smack them,
Invisibility.
run away. It's just the circle of
Dire's
life.
middle tower is under attack.
This top T1 should be the next tower to go down.
Radiant's top
Fnatic
tower is
parking
under
themselves
attack.
on the high ground up here,
Radiant
so
structures are
feel
fortified.
much safer. They've got lots of sentries thrown down as well. They're really worried about possible sentries spotting out the rotations. This is a ward, this is not a sentry. But they've got one sentry up here just to make sure that there's no vision on the side of Clutch. Clutch in the meantime planting their own
Radiant's
ward
top
up on the
tower
high ground
is under attack.
just to make sure that they can see anything coming their way. No
Dire's
sentry,
bottom
but
tower
they have to
is
do
under
something
attack.
about this bottom lane if they want to defend it. This catapult will start hitting the tower, the T3 tower. No one's
Radiant's
TP'd home
top
yet.
tower
We've got
is
one. It's going to be Yol.
Dire's
He
bottom
will throw
tower
the
is
cask
under attack.
onto the catapult. It's going to go down. And oh gosh, they're going to go straight.
Radiant's top
No.
tower is under attack.
Where is he gone? He's there.
Dire's
Managing to
middle
catch
tower
out
is
this
under
tiny.
attack.
He is in. He's going to go for the TP, cancelling the TP as well. Even though the Chrono was there, they get the stun off and Faded kills off Abed. That Chrono. Unfortunately, Universe may have killed off his own teammate. Abed should have ran a little further, but it's okay. It's okay. It's still buying time for EE to catch up with his farm. He is now second highest in terms of net worth. He's slightly behind the Lifestealer. But this Terrorblade, he is catching up. And I'm really curious to know what's his next item pickup. I believe it's coming on the courier. His BKB's fixed. Not fixed. I don't know why I saw the word problem and I just thought the word fixed in my brain. It is completed. The BKB is completed. Let's take a look at the talents very quickly as well. Got one talent completed. We've got the 40 damage Thunderstrike on the Disruptor. Looks like Abed's gone for 30 damage and 125 Avalanche. Have 125 cast range on our Dark Willow. My cat is coming and I'm worried she'll land my keyboard. We've got plus 20 movement speed and the 300 health on the Terrorblade. And finally, Universe has gone for the plus 20 damage. Yol, in the meantime, on the Witch Doctor has gone for the armor. We've got the plus 90 gold for Tusk. We have movement speed and health for the Lifestealer. Our Leshrac is sitting at movement speed and armor. And finally, our Batrider is sitting at plus 5 armor. So some of these talents are starting to roll through. Really want to know what some of these higher end talents are going to be picked. If it's going to be the usual, or if it's going to be something a little quirky. If it's going to be out of the ordinary just to match up to the game. Although, I think, let's face it, Terrorblades is pretty much set in stone. You always go for the minus 10-second reflection cooldown. I still don't understand why that exists. They need to nerf that. I mean, minus 10 reflections are just silly, okay? Reflections are silly.
Double desolation.
Oh, they caught Pie. Oh, Faded. Faded is fat. He is really fat. He is slightly under the Terrorblade, but this BKB
Radiant's
could
middle
prove
tower
to work
is under
wonders for
attack.
EE. I don't know if they've seen the
Dire's
BKB. I'm
top
pretty sure they
tower is
have, if
under
they have been
attack.
looking at his illusions in that top lane. I'm going to try and push with Faded in this middle lane, and Clutch Gamers looking to try and finish up the game now with some of these items that they have managed to pit together.
I'm always
Radiant's middle
Oh,
tower
the
has been
deny.
denied.
Coming up from DJ.
Dire's
Very
top
well
tower
played.
is under attack.
Very well played. Skylight looks like he's hunting around for EE if he can
Dire
find
are
him.
scanning.
There's the scan, but the real Eternal Envy is in the jungle here. And if they can spot him out, oh, they could find him. They could find him. Oh, they found him. They found EE. He's going to go down in just a moment. He's going to be able to sunder. He can pop BKB. He's going to go for the TP now. And that's going to be the first 10-second BKB done and dusted. And unfortunately for EE, you do not want to be using that defensively. But I think in this case, it's the first one. It is going to keep him alive. He will be able to keep on farming. So things not looking too bad for Fnatic. They are slightly behind in net worth now, but they are still not out of this game. They are still getting items. They're going for an Aghanim Scepter on the Faceless because they want the 60-second cooldown on the Chronosphere. They want that lockdown. And if they have that 60-second cooldown on the Chrono, it simply means Clutch cannot fight into Fnatic because every single fight there'll be Chrono. And if the fight goes for too long, there'll be 2 Chronos. Batrider in the meantime going to finish up a BKB. Going to see a BKB and a Shiva's completed on the Leshrac. Lifestealer going to be going for a Manta style. Tusk is looking for a 4-star. Witch Doctor not looking for anything. He's got no money for anything. He might have to take a loan. One more component left for this Ags. And it's a smoke for Fnatic as well. If they're successful with this next team fight and they bring Universe with them, this will complete the Aghanim Scepter. He has been farming superbly, even though their team fights have not been successful. They're leading with Abed, and they could run into Skylark. Who has the gem? Skylark has the gem. If Abed runs into this with a Shadow Blade, it's going to completely whiff everything. Oh, they managed to find the Lifestealer. Arjib trying to run away. The Chrono is there. They should be able to finally take out this Lifestealer. He's got no Aegis this time. He goes down. He has no buyback either. Eternal Envy goes into his Metamorph and has his BKB pop. Looking for Afro Rouge. They will be able to finish off that Tusk. They've got Pilot Eye and DJ coming in from the backlines. Nice toss back onto Fader. This is one team fight that has gone horribly wrong for Clutch. Very short death timer on this Leshrac, but Yol is still trying to run away. Curse Crown onto this poor Witch Doctor. He's got no Glimmer Cape, no 4-star, no nothing. He concedes his life. And Fnatic, after one team fight, it's going to go in favor of Fnatic by a huge margin. This Observer Ward that was just put down, giving all the vision in the world to Fnatic. That was the one mistake Clutch made. Just one aggressive move, and things go in favor of Fnatic. All heroes dead. Don't tell me they're going to lose the Leshrac. Almost dies, forces out his BKB, and I believe that's his first BKB charge as well, just to defend himself. This game has just turned on its head. The net worth might be something different, but boy oh boy, Fnatic gonna be super happy about this one. Universe has basically finished up his Ags. He's gonna have it delivered in just a second. May even send the courier back for this as well, but they're gonna be finishing up DJ's items first. Oh man, Clutch, they gotta look at that fight and they have to think, wow, what went wrong? What went wrong? Clutch, they needed to make sure a fight like that did not happen. They're not out of the game. They're not out of the game. That was a team fight that was hugely in favor of Fnatic simply because of vision. The vision made all the difference in that fight. If Clutch are able to maintain control of this game with vision, then they are able to take control back. But they're going to have to play this carefully because now that the Chrono is up on the Void, 60-second cooldown. Oh man, what is there to say? It's a 60-second cooldown on Chrono. 60-second cooldown. If you're Clutch gamers, you're going to have to start getting something. They're going to have to start buying some items. I'm almost tempted to say they may even need to get an Aeon disc on the Lifestealer. Oh boy. Why did I get sent a ding? Sorry about that, guys. Ignore the ding. That's not me. Might have to get an ether, an Aeon disc, just to dispel some sort of disable. And also, he'll get that moment of protection whilst he gets the purge debuff. 3 seconds, I believe, of invincibility. So they'll have to think before they decide to throw down the Chrono. The only thing is that when you have the invincibility applied to you with the Aeon disc, you deal no damage at all.
Dire's middle tower is under
Look at
attack.
Fnatic's movement though. Super aggressive, very confident after such a successful team fight. But look at the positioning of Clutch. They're on the other side of the map. They say, guys, we know you're going to be fighting on our side of the map. We may as well just hide somewhere where you won't normally be. And that's your side of the map, your jungle. They have left in the meantime though. Faded and
Radiant's top
Afro
tower
Rouge
is
going to
under
be sitting in the
attack.
middle lane instead. Have Arjit still farming away, looking to get a Nullifier. I really agree with this as well. I really like the Nullifier pickup. Very glad that Nullifier added into the game, because then suddenly you can't simply rely on items to keep you alive. Who would you nullify? I know one of the heroes to nullify is going to be EE, so that he can't use BKB, he can't use his Orchid. But then who else are you looking to nullify? Would you also nullify the Void? Would you also nullify Arbit? I guess you would nullify Arbit, so he can't use his cheese. I think after seeing this, you would want to nullify Arbit. Make sure he can't eat his cheese, and then you'll be able to kill him. This movement though coming out from Clutch. They do have a ward in the mid lane, so they have some sort of idea as to where they are. They're trying to go for a wrap. They know where they are, but they're trying to go for a really big wrap. Smoke is gonna run out though. They could run into Universe, but they gotta kill him before he can throw that chrono down. They will finally get spotted, and they know the Skylark is looking really bad. Any blink initiation, and they're gonna be in all sorts of trouble. Blink out, Faded runs to the south as well. They know something's up. You see EE here, obviously you see no one else on the map. The whole team is going to be behind them. Be super careful with that positioning. Let's take a look at some of these talents as well. I hope nothing happens. So Pi still sitting on the one talent. Looks like I've got another talent here onto Arbed. He's got the 7-second tree grab cooldown. On DJ, he's still got only the one talent. We've got only 2 left, and I think we've got one more. 300 health on the Faceless Void. In the meantime, on Clutch, no new talent, no new talent, no new talent. One extra talent, the plus 50 pulse nova damage, and no new talent.
Is under attack.
So everyone's saying we want these levels, we don't really want the talents right now. Bloodthorn finished up on EE. This game is snowballing. 7k gold lead by Fnatic. It really looks like Clutch are going to put all their eggs in the basket by defending and smoking.
Haste.
Courier. Oh, the courier could get picked up here. Does he see the courier? He sees the courier! The courier says no! The courier had 2 TPs. It was both of their TPs. They're gonna have to try and run away now. Poor Yol. There's one TP that manages to get on out, but this Witch Doctor tries to go for a key combo, will not kill off DJ. At least his partner was able to get out in time, so Yol gonna be the one to sacrifice himself for his team. This is buying time for Clutch, but this is also giving time to both EE and Arbed to farm their hearts out. Universe is going for a Blink Dagger as well, so after this, once he finishes up that Blink, initiation for Universe is going to be super easy. Just blink in, chrono. I want to say hashtag win the team fight, but I still want to think that Clutch, if they play this right, if they catch out Fnatic with their pants down, they can turn this game on its head, but their lineup capped out a very long time ago. Faded looked much scarier before, but now he's like, who's scared of a horse? You know, I'd be more scared of a dude with no face, or a dude riding a raptor. Like, who's scared of this? Still farming away. Still trying to get this Shiva's guard up. So Fnatic again going for the aggressive plays. Gonna be smoking up. DJ going left, Envy going right. Who's the right one? Who's the left one? We all know who the left one was there. Still going to group up. If anyone farms this creep wave, they show Arbed. It's gonna kill off this illusion. Let's do some damage to it. Second illusion gonna go out. Runs into Eevee's illusion. They're gonna be tanking. Sorry, not Arbed. Pilot Eye gonna clear out these creeps. Oh, they're really gonna go for this. They're gonna try and catch up Pilot Eye. He's by himself. They're on the high ground. Very nice pick off there by Clutch Gamers. That will slow down this push for Fnatic because they don't have their disruptor. No static storm, no glimpse, a lot of kill potential off the table with him dead. Fnatic, they're going to stick around for a little bit longer. They are still asserting their dominance in the enemy jungle. But for Clutch, they get a moment to breathe, a moment of open space. There's an Ajit down first, but there's no creeps here. There's only one creep here.
Tide is money.
Really not much left to farm here if you're Ajit. Ajit needs a lot more farm than this. Gonna rage to try and farm up quicker. This nullifier is calling to him. He needs this nullifier, but he also needs this buyback. have to clear this up a lot quicker if they want to stay in this game. DJ looking rich. Not really that rich. I guess 8k for a support is pretty rich. There's a blink on Afromush. First stuff as well. Lots of defensive items, and it looks like we're going to be seeing the next item pick up on Faded. Did he buy this out with no buyback? Faded has no buyback after picking up this Lotus Orb. So he is going to be just saying, guys, I'm going to buy this item. It's going to save our lives. Is it going to save their lives? I think that's something we need to look at. Like, what does the Lotus Orb prevent? It means that the Dark Wheeler can't just simply throw Curse Crown, because it will throw the Curse Crown back at DJ. You simply cannot glimpse, because you'll also be glimpsing Pilot Eye. You cannot Sunder, because the Sunder will reverse back onto EE. The Faceless Void will not be impacted by this. None of his spells are targetable. And I believe that's pretty much it. And I guess EE as well, if he tries to Bloodthorn someone, it will reflect. If he tries to Hurricane Pike, it'll, I don't know. I actually never really thought about what Hurricane Pike was. If you Hurricane Pike someone, then yeah. DJ fainting.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
The
attack.
fear. You can see the fear in Clutch Gamers right now. Faded's gonna be super careful. So does Ajit. None of these guys can die. If you look at buyback status right now, there's only buyback available on Ajit. There's none on Faded. If Faded dies right here, it's pretty much over for the Disco Pony. He's got 11 charges on the Bloodstone, but that doesn't mean he's gonna get an instant buyback. Cast range picked up by Pilot Eye, so he's going to be able to cast spells from even further away. I don't know how he did it. He's got Ags. He's got a lot of money, to say the least. So this means items and a silence will be applied. If he can get this off onto the Lifestealer before Lifestealer can do anything, it's a death sentence. It will be a death sentence to Ajit. It will be a death sentence to anybody that gets caught inside the Static Storm. He's still farming. BKB, still 8-second duration. He's sitting on a lot of gold still. Oh, this is a good item. EE's gonna love this. Oh, man. Cooldown, 11-second Conjure Image cooldown, 4-second. That's ridiculous. The Arcane Rune should not work with Reflection plus the talent. That's just silly. That is just silly. Gonna head up top. I see no one's up here. Oh, Faded is here. Faded is not careful. We can get jumped on straight away. Fnatic still hanging around. They've got wards here. They've got one ward here, so they will be seeing some heroes return. They will not see the Batrider. He was not visible when that happened. Gonna send Ajit down to the bottom lane to try and push this out while his team is busy. He will be able to push out these creeps. He will need to TP back instantly if he wants to ensure that he doesn't die. Rage, TP, get out, safe. Really push out the creep waves. And these illusions with the Radiance Burn as well, really helping out with the push. This is buying some more time for Clutch. This hero is just getting super fat. Super fat. Terrorblade, 25k net worth, going for Butterfly next. Nullifier completed, buyback completed. I'm not really sure what you want to be looking for. If you're on Clutch Gamers. Oh, they could run into something straight away. They just ran right into Arvid, and the Disco Pony is dead. He's got no buyback either. And straight away, Demonic Form, Eternal Envy, kills off the poor Witch Doctor. Nice blink out. The fear will not be applied by DJ. He does cancel it last minute, but one misplay. They tried to smoke outside, but Fnatic, they were ready. Abed broke the smoke. Just jumped straight in there with the initiation. Has his BKB. They're all ready to go. They're all ready to rumble. And straight away they jump in, 3 of them right on top of Eternal Envy. This is a very big play. They put the Nullifier as well. He can't eat his cheese. He does go down for 80 seconds. Abed on the high ground trying to finish off some more. Heroes did buy back for this. The fear gets applied. They will send some heroes home. And Skylar with very low mana cannot do anything. They lost the Leshrac, but they managed to kill off the Terrorblade in the process. So nice big chunk of gold to Clutch. They do maintain their tower, and it's rather healthy as well. And it just goes to show how good this Nullifier is. They jump right onto that Terrorblade, Nullifier straight away. She's not going to do anything, cannot pop BKB, can't even go for a Hurricane Pike. got to be super careful about this. And Roshan is just about to respawn. If they throw any creeps in there, any illusions, by the time the illusion is about to expire, they will see this and they will be able to take this Rosh. And I believe this is the third Rosh. So you're also going to be getting that refresher shard. And if you can get the refresher shard onto Clutch Gamers, you can get 2 lassos. 2 lassos are going to be a huge deal for Clutch if they're going to utilize that in the middle of a team fight. We already saw what happened to one hero. Heck, they could even give it to the Lifestealer so he can get off 2 nullifiers. So they can't use items on both Abed and Eternal Envy. They're going to try and go for another push. Well, not even a push, they want to try and go for a fight.
Scanning.
There's a scan. They need some sort of vision. They need to spot someone out, and they know that there are some heroes in that middle lane. They're going to wait at the back. Fnatic showing off his position, also catching out Abed. Oh man, who is this? Is this Eternal Envy? They're going to kill him again. The Chrono will keep him alive. They need to kill him now. He needs to die, and he does. He goes straight for a buyback. The fear gets applied by DJ. They're going to try and run away. Faded does not want to get hit by Abed. Neither does he want to get hit by DJ. They won't be able to catch him at all. He is super fast. They blink forward. They're still looking. They heal him up. The tree will not kill him off, but DJ going forward wants to kill off Yol. Maybe able to get him the tree. And that's not a tree. That's a creep. They throw it forward. They will kill off that Witch Doctor. This is a forced buyback on Eternal Envy. There's no chrono for another 45 seconds, I believe. It's more like 30 seconds. That fight was a little bit faster than I expected. My PC is starting to lag with some of the stuff on here, but Roshan, refresher shard, cheese, Aegis. They will definitely put the Aegis on Eternal Envy now. They're going to go for Abed. Abed's going to die for this. This Roshan is nowhere near finished. They need to do something about this. They either give this Roshan away or they give their lives to try and take it. Buyback on Abed. Oh man, this form is halfway through its duration. Eternal Envy, he has to do something. They're gonna go for Curse Crown onto Skylark. Chrono gets thrown down again and gets stunned onto 3. The silence, the combos from Fnatic will kill off Clutch Gamers. They've lost 2. They're going to lose 3 and force that 3 buybacks. Roshan healing up to half HP, and it's gonna be super fast unless they can get a quick steal off, but it doesn't look like that's the case. They got the steal. No, they didn't. Eternal Envy getting the Aegis. Skylar almost trying to get that steal off. The Faded coming into the fight. They toss back Eternal Envy. They're going to kill him. The Aegis gets deployed. The Faceless Void is here. He has no mana. 30 seconds left on that Chrono. They go up for the lasso. They don't have any more follow-up. Everyone's just true low HP. This Lifestealer, did he buy back? Is he going to die? He will, but he did not use that buyback. So he's going to be okay for just that little bit longer. He will buy back for his team, but the Leshrac bought back. Faded cannot afford to die here. He will die to DJ. There will only be 2 survivors on the side of Clutch. They committed so much to kill this Terrorblade with this Aegis that they had nothing left in the tank to kill off the rest of the team. And while this is happening, do they have a cheese available for Universe? Because he will have a Chronosphere available if he has a cheese. They're saying, guys, let's end this game. Abed saying, well played. Clutch, do you have something left in your left pocket? Because if you're going to use it, you've got to use it now. They brought back on the Lifestealer. This looks like it's going to be it. Do they have a Glyph available? They use a Glimpse. They kill off Pylai. They've got 3 heroes up. They've got to do something now if they want to do it. They got to go in. They have to defend their Ancient. If they don't, they manage to kill off Yol with the Dark Willow. Afromush and chased up by Universe. The Chrono. Again, these dastardly Chronos every 60 seconds. It's going to win them the game, as Fnatic should be able to effectively shut down Clutch unless they make a small misplay right now. Oh, Abed misses the combo. He's super low as well. They're super low. They tried to fully commit. The fear will get applied. It will send this Lifestealer back. He's going to try and work down this Lifestealer. He's going to try and turn around. Arjun turning onto DJ instead, but the Ancient going to be taken down by Eternal Envy, and the commitment is going to be there. Fnatic will take game 1 of this best of 3 up against Clutch. They're glyphing. They're still fighting. They don't want to give this game away, but Skylar's been taken down. I make it sound as if the game is over, but it's not. The glimpse is there. The Ancient going to be taken down. They go for the Yules, the BKB, the stuns. They're trying to kill off EE, but that is it. Highlight Universe, DJ, the whole team going to be whacking this Ancient, and it's finally completed. It's only game 1 of this best of 3 series between Fnatic and Clutch. But boy, was that a close one. That Roche Pit determined the fate of these teams. And now we're going to jump into game 2, where Clutch need to win 2 consecutive team fights if they want to win this set,